What's happening, guys? Back to the home office, if you will, or the office back in Arizona. And it is Tuesday the 5th. Did the Vegas thing with the team. Awesome time. They got to do stuff a lot of them never did, right? And I think the best part of it was just everybody connecting, because most of them hadn't met each other before, hadn't interacted with each other before. They did it all via Zoom. Well, there's only so much you can get from person's personality on Zoom, especially when you're talking about a personality involved in a group discussion. You're not going to get, well, very rare will you get that person's personality. Me, you're going to find out who the hell I am, regardless of whether I'm on Zoom, you're face to face or whatever. And I don't care how many people are present. I just gotten to that point in life. And it feels good to be able to do that. And so I'm encouraging anybody and everybody, if you get to that point or decide you want to at least start pursuing that, just do it, man. It feels pretty good to just free yourself out. Now, it doesn't give you license to be an asshole, right? We got to curb a little that, right? You got to consider there's other people involved. You can't always just go off and be that type of an individual to everybody. Now, there's ways that you can poke at somebody in a fun way that everybody still walks away whole, right? And still be you. But that's an art form you got to work on. So that's not what we're here to talk about, though. But interesting thing, going to Vegas. Coming back is like reversing inflation, right? It feels really expensive. You're living your life, then you go to Las Vegas. There was a time when going there was a place to go, a way to get a kind of a nice place to go with a cheap, basically a cheap vacation or weekend or whatever it is you were doing. Now, damn. Hell, I made the comment because we were all gathering down at this little, they call it the Breeze Bar. It's just, out next to the casino area within the hotel before we headed off someplace else. All the team was gathering. Said, hey guys, anybody want anything? Get you something. And then, one of them yells shots. I'm like, okay, right? Not my groove. You guys have your shots. I'll grab my club soda. I had her go ahead and order for everybody. And these were just well mixed BS little shots, right? Nothing fancy, right? Get any place, it's $2-3 a shot, $15 per, right? And I have a team of 30 plus people. Not everybody partook, but enough of them did. It was pretty significant. And that's just the way it was the whole weekend. So it's crazy how expensive things were. Then you come back here and it's as if, inflation doesn't exist anymore. So it's a perception thing we got to wrap our heads around. So getting into the markets today, wow. What I talked about on Friday had some wishes. They started looking like they might be coming true, but damn, they weren't coming true anymore. So we'll show this trend line we were talking about, right? Get to this point here. We're watching it try and get to where it's actually, I'm a little bit off on my trend line here, but right in here where, you've got one where it stopped here and came up here and got blocked, and we were stepping out of it yesterday. I thought right here, we were going to step out of it where we ended above it, which was good. And actually decidedly above this downward trend line. So it looked like it might be going sideways or maybe up. I don't know, but look at today. Literally opened right up on it and bam, took a header down hard. So I don't have all the data on exactly why that is. I was hoping there'd be more information out right now. It is mainly, from what I can tell, just the way the market's reacting to everything. We're a global economy right now, and everything that happens anywhere is going to have an influence one way or the other. So the influence we're seeing is very, very heavily seen in our bonds and our stocks and everything else, especially the bonds. Can't have this extreme inflation environment, expect a long-term instrument like a bond to react well to it. So because of that, we're getting to see interest rates moving negatively more often than positively. In fact, very, very rare do I see a positive response in the interest rates from the day-to-day process. We have a lot of people asking questions about why this is happening to rates. Guys, if everything in the world is going up, this has to follow suit, right? But since this is going up, your rents are going up. The market levels itself. You can't have one and not the other. You can't have rents going up in double-digit percentages, but then having your interest rates dropping at a significant, it just doesn't happen that way, right? Because of that, interest rates following suit. Luckily for us, they followed fairly slowly, comparatively speaking, to all the other inflation we've experienced. But now it's here. Now I'm just telling everybody, when you get the opportunity, just pull the trigger and don't concern yourself with all everything associated with it. It's just the way it's going to be for right now. If we want people to donate, I'm going to call it donate money into the mortgage-backed securities pools for us to use, they're going to get paid something. A lot of times it's going to be some points up front. It's just the way it is right now. It's over 6%. Just get used to that. Just know that that's where we're heading. I didn't anticipate to see that till the end of this year. It came fast. It came hard. In fact, I didn't even see the fives in reality. We didn't even see it decidedly go into the fives and stay in the fives for any real length of time. So That's basically where we sit, guys. Get used to that fact, be right with that fact, be grateful that there's people out there putting up their money for 30 years and just taking a small amount up front, 1%, 2% up front, to use that money for 30 years and never pay them back what you borrowed. Think about that, wrap your head around that, be grateful for that, be grateful for what we experienced, right? The threes, that was awesome. Will we get it again? I don't know, but we're in some normal interest rates today. I mean, my entire career, this is about the norm of where it was my entire career, 24 years. There's only 2 of them that was crazily below this. Maybe 3 years, because before that we're below this for about a year, decidedly, in 2016 to 17. So maybe 4 years. I'll call it 4 years. 4 out of 20 are we lower than where we are today. 4 out of 20, guys, or 4 out of 24. That means 20 years similar to where we are today. 4 of it lower than where we are today. Not something that freaks me out. We were very, very successful when in all the others, those 20 years. So I say we keep trudging forward, keep being decisive about what property you're buying. Be sure you buy something you can rent and you can raise rents on. Is keep it reasonably rented for the entire time you own it. Get the right people to work with you, and just focus forward.